Here we are at Legacy Stadium in Aurora, Colorado. Rick Lewis here with Matt McChesney getting ready to kick it off. The Grandview Wolves against the ThunderRidge Grizzlies. Ooh.
This is a big-time rivalry game, folks. Last year, these two teams played two epic games, both won by ThunderRidge. They graduated a ton of seniors: Brody Westmoreland, Sam Jones, Brandon Chase, and now Grandview is the team that's experienced here. And I guarantee you that although Coach Schultz will say that they're not preaching a revenge game, the kids on that sideline are thinking only one thing, and that's beat ThunderRidge tonight.
ThunderRidge comes into the game 1-2, and Grandview 3-0. Grandview, one of the best teams in the state. ThunderRidge, typically a top 10 team, struggling a bit so far this season. So it'll be interesting to see if they can hang with Grandview here. Grandview's got a good team.
Grandview does have a very good team. They are loaded at the skill positions. Look, they've got players all over the field. ThunderRidge is breaking in a new crop of leaders, and they don't have the kind of senior leadership that they've had in the past that they can lean on. So they're going to have to execute this evening and really not make a lot of mistakes. Grandview blitzes the quarterback. They like to bring odd formations defensively and bring 2 to 3 defenders every play. Look out for number 13 for Grandview as they're on the defensive side of the ball. They love to hit you in the backfield. They're big on TFLs, and they take the football away from you. They've got, what, 16 sacks in 3 games here?
16.5 sacks in 3 games.
Unbelievable.
Number 13's Cameron Knight. Watch for him this evening. And if you look at the this beautiful picture we have from this beautiful facility here at Legacy Stadium, we're looking to the east. And when you look over the ridge of those houses right there, there's literally nothing between here and St. Louis.
Kansas.
It's like nothing.
There's Kansas over there.
There is Kansas.
Nebraska, the communist nation that is to the east.
But there's not one house between here and St. Louis.
I would agree with that.
I think it's like
this is the end of civilization.
872 miles between here and St. Louis, not one house. This is right on the edge of the city here in Aurora, but it is a really nice facility.
It is. Great venue. This is the home of Cherokee Trail, and look, you couldn't ask for a better venue for a good high school football rivalry. These two teams have played each other a lot in the last couple of years, and they've always been tight, highly contested football games. Grandview has scored over 40 in every game they played this year so far. Their defense is aggressive, their offense puts up points, and they have playmakers all over the field. ThunderRidge is up for a tall task tonight on homecoming, Rick. Did you ever go to homecoming?
I was always on the field for homecoming.
Yeah.
You mean the dance?
The dance.
Yeah, I got elected a homecoming king once.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't want to brag.
Hey, look at the big brass on Rick.
You know, I couldn't really enjoy it, though, because I'm on the field, right?
Yeah.
And all the festivities are at halftime.
Yeah, you're trying to win and dance at the same time. Doesn't really work.
It didn't really work. But, no, that was fun. Yeah, those great times, great memories. High school football is awesome. Here's Grandview coming on the field right now. Grandview wearing the dark blue pants, blue jerseys, blue helmets, and silver trim.
So they've got dark numbers on a dark jersey. That probably won't provide any problems whatsoever this evening.
Luckily, they outlined the dark numbers with some silver, so I think we're okay there. ThunderRidge wearing all white with green trim. They have green helmets and green numbers.
And ThunderRidge got off the snide last week, beating Douglas County here on Stream It Sports. In fact, you got to see them handle the Douglas County football team, and a very good player in Rope Rule, their quarterback. So, look, the first 2 weeks of the season were rough for ThunderRidge. Cherokee Trail really put a hurting on them to open up the season. Now, Grandview and Cherokee Trail are very similar football teams. They're both physical, and they both like to hit you in the mouth. So we'll see how ThunderRidge acclimates this evening.
Grandview scores a lot of points, too. In their 3 games, they've had 40-plus points in each of the 3 games. So they're going to put up a lot of offense. They mostly run the football, averaging 249 yards per game, running the ball, 110 passing. So as you can see, they use the pass very sparingly.
They have a two-headed monster in the backfield and led by the ultimate facilitator in under 18, Summers, who's their quarterback here for Grandview. I'm telling you, this team is loaded, and they are ready for a stretch run. ThunderRidge this evening starts a very, very competitive stretch to finish out the season if you're Grandview. Here we go.
Aiden Piran on the kickoff for Grandview goes into the back of the end zone. Be 1st and 10 for ThunderRidge. The Grizzlies will be going from right to left across your screen here in HD on Stream It Sports.
Couple of guys to watch for Thunder Ridge offensively. Starts up front with their center, number 78, Jonah Holden. He's a senior. He's a wrestler. He does a good job using leverage. He's the brains up front. He's the one responsible to direct the protection against this very aggressive Thunder Ridge front, or Grandview front. He's got to have a great game tonight for Thunder Ridge to have a chance.
From the shotgun, the quarterback, Tristan Eve for Thunder Ridge.
Going to see a lot of this jumping around from Grandview tonight. They love to bait and go.
Very aggressive defense, and on the first play, we have a penalty flag. You noticed before the game that Thunder Ridge didn't have much of a warm-up in this game.
They came out about 12 to 15 minutes before the game and warmed up. Grandview's been out here for an hour. If they start slow, look for that to be the reason. It was a very odd warm-up. I've never seen anything like it. But then again, you know, to each their own. Coach Joe Johnson has this team primed up and ready to go each and every week.
So 5-yard penalty on T Ridge. It'll be 1st and 15. Eve, the left-hander, throws complete. Picks up that 5 yards they lost on the penalty.
And you don't want to get behind the sticks against Grandview. Now they're looking at 2nd and 10, and this is where the Wolves like to heat you up. Number 94, Gash, for Grandview, is really the catalyst up front in the defensive line. If they're in an odd front, which is a 0 nose and 3 down linemen, look for them to bring 5 to 6 defenders every single time and put a lot of pressure on the Thunder Ridge passing game to make plays.
Mark Surzak made that catch, 5'10", 180-pound wide receiver. They gave him 6 yards.
2nd and 9.
On that completion, and once again from the shotgun, Eve's going to hand it off. Gets around the, almost got around the near side of the field here, was the running back Kevin Knox.
And there he is, number 13, the man, the myth, the legend for the Grandview Wolves. He is the safety for this football team and one of the best secondary players in the state of Colorado, a member of the All-Colorado high school football team. The 6-0 Strength and Fitness sponsors every year, and the new magazine is out, so go pick up yourself a copy of the Colorado Football Magazine.
Knox looked like he was going to get that corner, and he didn't. He got run down, and a very short gain on the play, 2-yard pickup.
Cameron Knight has D1 speed, and you saw it right there.
Yes, you did. 3rd and 7. This time he goes under center. Eve's going to hand off on a little counter play, and a short gain. They're going to have to punt here on their first series.
Trying to get some of that back with the draw play. Look, if you come out and you start the series with a penalty against Grandview, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be punting that football. So we'll see if they can get the snap down and the kickoff. Grandview's going to start with excellent field position here.
Zeke Johnson, the running back, 5'8", 165.
Son of head coach Joe Johnson.
So 4th down, 5 to go, and they're going to punt. A good snap. Gets off a pretty decent kick. They'll call a fair catch right down there at the 38-yard line. This is a really nice facility, beautiful press box, and this is about the best view we've had all year of the field.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's open up here in the press box, so we're not, sweating up here like crazy. Yeah, that could still happen. I
You're
mean,
always sweating.
I'm not going to put off sweating, but at the same time, it is a very nice facility. We always relay everything back to being fat and sweating.
No,
why
I notice you do that for some reason, and I don't know why.
Hey, man.
Because you're not that guy.
It's the offensive lineman in me. Look for a lot of movement by Grandview, and the ball usually follows big number 43, Morgan Smith.
Under center. They hang it off to their tailback. Looks like Chukwuma Obinnah. I'm going to let you do that name.
Obinnah. He is an absolute stud. A downhill runner. He is very hard to get to the ground. Thunder Ridge, 49, Matt Stanley. Number 3, Dalton. They're going to have huge games this evening. And number 10, Clay Johnson, who's a member of the All-Colorado team as well for Thunder Ridge, is the catalyst for them. He gets them going. Going to need to see some big-time hits and plays by number 10 tonight to stay in this game.
They're going to throw on 2nd down. It's complete, short of the 1st down. And the ball's on the ground, and Thunder Ridge has it. Big turnover right off the bat for Grandview, and this is what Thunder Ridge is going to have to do if they're going to want to win this football game here tonight against Grandview.
And this has been the one Achilles heel for Grandview this year so far. No interceptions, but they have put the ball on the ground over 5 times. They start the opening drive, 2nd play of the game, with a fumble. Now Thunder Ridge has it on the 40 going in. Don't be surprised to take a shot right here off the bat. Big time turnover.
Big turnover here in the 1st quarter. The Grizzlies with great field position. 1st and 10 from the Grandview 39-yard line. They're going to go to the I formation here. Eve, the quarterback.
They are a power run team, so expect them to stay true to the roots.
And they hand it off to the tailback.
Big hole.
He has some room there. He puts the ball on the ground.
Wow,
Grandview
what a
picks
play!
it up and immediately turns it back over to the Wolves.
Unbelievable play by guess who? None other than the man, the myth, the legend.
Cameron Knight.
I'm telling you, that's 2 straight plays we've seen him come up and run support. Now he ties up the ball carrier, Zeke Johnson, and forces a fumble and recovers it. This kid is an absolute stud, ladies and gentlemen. You might want to stay away from 13 if you're ThunderRidge at this point. Wow, that was one hell of a football play, Rick Lewis.
Yeah, too bad for ThunderRidge. Great opportunity wasted. And Grandview goes back on the offensive here.
One of the few teams Grandview is that had a plus turnover ratio last season. You see why now with the way they just forced the fumble and given their offense a chance.
Obinnah with a lot of room. About a 6-yard pickup there. It's 6'1", 218-pound running back.
Now, he's a stud, and he's a load to get down. You need to tackle him low. The hitters for ThunderRidge, number 10, Clay Johnson, and number 3, Dalton, really need to rally and get downhill in a hurry. The problem with that is you're going to leave a ton of play-action shots down and open across the field, and Grandview loves to shoot the ball down the field with a 17-yard per completion average, which tells you they get a lot of open opportunities off the run game.
I formation. Hand off to the big tailback once again. He's going to be a little bit short, maybe about 1.5 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and less than 2. Obanah with the carry.
Third and 2 here. This is the money down. One thing I always talk about with my guys at 6-0 is waste downs. 3rd and 2, Grandview probably thinks they can get 2 yards on 4th down at the 50-yard line. So you've got to be aware for them throwing the ball over your head here as they come out in 20 personnel. 2 backs, no tight ends.
Summers, play action, throws, complete, crossing over the 40-yard line. Made it look easy there. Kiefer Glau on the catch.
Kiefer, one of the mainstays for this football team on defense, one of the guys that gets them set and really is the key to their blitz game. It's one of their rover safety positions. Great job of moving the pocket, cutting the field in half, and delivering the football. Nice throw.
Cody Summers, the quarterback for Grandview. Got good size too, 6'4", 195. Hand off to the big guy, Obinnah, with a big hole. Breaking into the secondary there of ThunderRidge, brought down by Ty Dalton. The defensive back had to come up and hit him.
Now, one of the keys to the game here for the ThunderRidge Grizzlies is winning the turnover margin. They've already have one of those, but they also gave it back the next play. And winning 1st down. It's very easy for Grandview and Coach Schultz to call plays on 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. He's got an arsenal of plays ready for that. 2nd and 9 is much more difficult. So ThunderRidge needs to pick up their 1st down defense.
Quarles this time gets the carry. There's a penalty flag down. Quarles with a couple of good moves, and he gets thrown down there at about the 22-yard line, but that one's going to come back.
In the vicinity of holding. We'll see what the Zebras have to say. ThunderRidge is playing tough tonight. They've definitely come out with a fire. They understand that this is a definite rivalry game as you see the holding call.
Hey, get your school's games live streamed, whether it's basketball, hockey, rugby, or any other sport. Email phil@streamitsports.com for details.
Phil is the man.
Hi, Phil.
Big thanks to Phil for putting this on, the owner and operator of Stream It Sports. Without Phil, there is no Stream It Sports, and there is no HD broadcast for you each and every Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
I like this setup here tonight, too, with this nice
Looking
monitor.
Good.
Yeah.
Looking good, Phil.
All right, 6:39 to go here. 2nd and 16. Quarterback Summers drops straight back. Now looks like he's going to tuck it under and run. Runs out of an arm tackle there down to the 35-yard line. Summers looks to be quite athletic.
And he moved the pocket without really the need to. You would like to see your quarterback sitting there and deliver the football, but at the same time, when you can rely on athletic ability at 6'4", 218, he's got a huge frame, and he's definitely a long strider. Kind of reminds me of Dennis Dixon. You remember Dennis Dixon from Oregon?
From Oregon,
back
yeah.
in the day? Tall, lanky guy with a cannon. That's very, very similar to the way Summers looks.
Impressive-looking athlete.
Tons of D1 talent on the field tonight, folks.
Quarles back in at tailback now for Grandview. And this handoff goes to the up man, the big fullback. Gets the carry right there. That's Ben Marshall.
Good job by ThunderRidge's big guys inside, hunkering down and making a stop. Being ready for that fullback dive. Number 65, James Duckworth, the big 6 foot, 270-pound junior, making a play in there. Nose tackles and 3 techniques for ThunderRidge are going to play a huge role tonight. Quarles and Obinnah, number 7 and number 2, are Thunder and Lightning. They both average over 6 yards a carry.
Obinnah back in the game, 4th and 4. Big play here for the Wolves.
Moving the pocket once again.
Look at that move by Summers, the quarterback. Nobody touches him. Touchdown. Nice run. Cody Summers. That was a quarterback keeper all the way. He runs it in 32 yards for a touchdown.
I love the play design. I absolutely love the play design. They put number 7, Obinnah, their most prolific player, and Summers on an option path and then turn the leading rusher into a lead blocker for your quarterback. It fooled the ThunderRidge defense. Both men were going for the pitch. Summers turns it up and takes it to the house. Looking at a 6-0 lead, although there is some laundry on the field, I believe. Bringing it back.
Going to come back.
Another hold.
Another huge break for ThunderRidge here.
And this has been the MO for this game, ThunderRidge against Grandview. A lot of penalties last year in the playoff game, which some say led to ThunderRidge winning that football game. Grandview needs to tighten it up.
So take a 32-yard touchdown off the board.
And punt it.
And now they're going to have to punt.
Wow.
And another penalty flag.
It's looking like we may have a false start or delay of game here. Grandview's excited. It's homecoming. Need to hold on here.
Were you the homecoming queen at Niwot High School?
No, I never went to homecoming once. I'm not much of a dancer. And I'm anti-establishment.
I said homecoming queen. I meant king.
Queen?
I said queen.
It's a good rock band.
No, I'm sure you were the king of the whole high school. I mean, who other than you?
Well, we could get into a long list of names.
You didn't need the title. You were the king. All right, they punt on 4th down. Takes a really good bounce for the Wolves. Good punt all the way down to the 5-yard line where it's downed right there. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. And the Grizzlies hanging in there thanks to some breaks here. They got a turnover. There's some timely penalties that went their way against Grandview.
The 2 holding calls are, holding calls are what they are. You could call holding on literally every play if you wanted to. They did call holding on 2 plays that were explosive for Grandview and brought them back. Now, Grandview has them backed up. Expect Coach Schultz's defense to heat ThunderRidge up as they come out in a full house I formation.
From the 4-yard line, they try to run the football. Eve, the quarterback,
trying to get a
handoff and no gain.
Trying to get a couple yards off the end zone there. Again, Grandview is stacked from the inside out. They've got the strength at the middle of their defense. Their nose tackle, number 94, who also plays a little defensive end. Linebackers are very solid. And then number 13, Cameron Knight, who is an absolute stud in the back end.
Zeke Johnson, the lone running back. They hand off to the wide receiver. He goes nowhere. Cole Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik? How come I get all the hard names?
I don't know.
Ogrodnik?
But I'm glad that you did.
Let's call him Cole.
That's a great job by Brandon Brooks, number 12, the corner coming up in force. Force means that the outside defender is forcing everything back inside. Coming up in force, making the tackle low, getting the ball carrier on the ground. Grandview's sitting pretty here on 3rd and 11. This is a feast down for the Wolves. Grandview's about to heat them up.
Yep. The Grizzlies have tried that play a couple times now, unsuccessfully.
It's hard to run sideline to sideline on a team with this much speed.
I formation. Eve.
Oh, boy.
Wants to throw.
Oh, boy.
Gets off the pass. Going to be well short of the first down. Cole Obinnah, number 17, makes the catch.
A lot of pressure on the quarterback initially. They're trying to move the pocket to cut down on his reads and get the ball out quick. Again, Grandview blitzing from outside in. One thing that they like to do, Rick, is stack the corners and safeties. So when you see ThunderRidge and 11 personnel with 3 wide receivers on the field, look at the slot. They're going to be stacking him and blitzing off the slot a lot tonight. That can be a good indicator that blitz is coming.
Punting from their own end zone. Going to be fielded at the 50-yard line. Ooh. Looking for some room. Nice block to the 40 to 35, down to the 30-yard line. Tripped up out of bounds right there. Brandon Brooks with a nice return for Grandview with great field position once again.
And I've got to say, the special teams, we can't read his number from up here, but the special teams player that just laid the block that took out 3 ThunderRidge defenders, that is what sprung that play. Another explosive play for Grandview. Now they got the ball. They're winning the field possession battle in this football game. They got the ball on the 30, or on the 25, excuse me. Let's see if they can go punch it in.
The big tailback, Obanah, back in the game. Cody Summers, the quarterback, from the shotgun position.
Little pistol formation.
Going to keep it himself. Why not? He goes almost untouched again into the end zone. They bring him down at the 2-yard line. Summers looks like he is going to be a beast tonight.
And you've got, look, the quarterback run for certain teams works very, very well. When you have a team with Obanah and Quarles in the backfield who can both explode for huge gains and touchdowns at any time, and then you add Summers into that mix as well, it makes it almost impossible to try and stop this 3-headed monster they have in the backfield right now.
Grandview trying to get on the board first.
You know why they average over 40 now a game.
Absolutely.
Efficient offensive football team.
Obinnah with the carry, tries to bang it in there, and he's close. Waiting for the call here. Maybe just a little bit short.
Down at the 1-yard line.
Looked like he was going to get in, and they stopped him in a hurry. I'd hand it to him again.
Absolutely. Keep it downhill. Give it to your hammer in times of need. You need 6, give it to 7.
Quarterback keeper Summers takes it in for a touchdown. It'll go down as a 1-yard plunge, really more of a 6-inch touchdown for Summers.
And now we've got our first score of the game, 6-0 Grandview. See if they can tack on the extra point. Most times you would think it's a gimme, but in Colorado and everywhere in high school football related, the extra point seems to be a little bit of an adventure.
Aiden Peeran, the kicker, puts it up and good. So the Wolves are on the board 7-0 with 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. My partner Matt McChesney and the Dungeon.
Can you survive the dungeon? Join elite personal trainers, Fammy Westmoreland and Megan Nicole Larson in the new Dungeon X competition classes. Email Matt at 60strength.com. That's me with the subject I can handle the dungeon for more information. 60strength.com. I'll learn how to read one of these days. Don't worry.
That CU education really showing through.
Are we going to start this early tonight? Okay, we're going to start this. I know we went to the game together the other day, and I feel good about losing by 14. And you've been rubbing it in.
We'll save it till later then. Yeah, that was fun last weekend. We went to the ASU CU game, and Matt was so happy they only lost by 14 at home.
Showing improvement, baby. Getting better.
You got a great time, man. We had a lot of fun.
It's a great venue, though, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It's a great night.
It's impossible not to be able to recruit there. So
I don't see how they could. How can you not recruit there?
You got me. I thought they could. That's why I went there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful setting up there at CU Boulder, and they're doing some good things to the stadium too, bringing it up to par with some of the other Pac-12 stadiums.
$140 million in renovations up in Folsom. That is a big-time change right there. And you know the people in Boulder have the money. They just don't want to give it up for anything except for, you know, like trail expansion programs and mountain biking and Birkenstock reinforcements. I know that Phil look at Phil's sandals. Now, if you're going to wear sandals like this, those are relationship sandals. That means he's definitely a married man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I knew he was.
No single person wears those sandals.
I knew he wasn't single. Kickoff goes deep into the end zone. You got your wife with those sandals or those
sandals? Unbelievable.
Huh.
She's a big toe connoisseur. She likes the toes.
Yeah.
Nasty.
All right, see if the Grizzlies can get something going here on offense. Been a struggle for them on offense.
When you run the ball as much as ThunderRidge has in the past and as much as they do now, if you can't move people off the LOS, which is the line of scrimmage, you're going to have a hard time establishing anything else in your offense. They like to move the pocket. They want to run screens, but everything is based off of the trap game and the veer option looks that they do with their backfield. So a lot of motion and movement. They need their offensive line led by number 78, Jonah Holden at center, and their big tackle, Sean Russo, to start moving some people up front.
No, they just moved the ball up 15 yards.
Not sure why.
They're going to start at the 35-yard line. Eve with the pitch. Hammered down there at about the line of scrimmage. Zeke Johnson.
Great job by Garrett Goulding, number 32, the junior, coming up and run support force again. Look, this is the third or fourth time ThunderRidge has tried to run sideline to sideline instead of attacking Grandview straight ahead. You're not going to be able to outrun this defense. There's no way. They practice against guys like Quarles, Obinnah, and Summers every day. They are very well tuned in stopping the run game.
So would you put the ball up in the air or just try to run right at them?
I would try and run directly at them. A powerful a defense that's a little bit finesse and has to blitz a lot, that's very good sideline to sideline. If you attack them up the field, it might have a little bit better result, although that one didn't go over too well.
Yeah, Johnson just took a big hit from Brett Putchstick. Putch stuck.
Putch stuck.
Putch stuck.
Putch stuck.
Putch
Stuck him.
stuck.
Putch stuck. Got him.
That was a good hit, Brett.
ThunderRidge is going to be behind the sticks all night because they struggle throwing the football. And, you know, now they're in a position where they're very one-dimensional and Grandview can tee off.
Less than a minute to go. Eve wants to throw. He does. It's complete. Short game. Mark Chursak. And they're going to have to punt again.
And there's my guy, number 94, Tillman Gash. He is the catalyst for that defensive line for Grandview. He's a great effort player, does a good job with his hands. He did a good job of retracing back and making the tackle on the screen. Tone setter for Grandview. Grandview's come out ready to play on homecoming, man.
Gash looks athletic as well.
I like Grandview's team. I like the way they look. I like their attitude. They came out ready to play in this game as the first quarter winds down, about 15 seconds left. ThunderRidge gets ready to punt again.
Punting from their own 25-yard line. They get it off. Pretty good punt. And he fields it at the 30. And a whistle is blown. I'm not sure what he was doing. Brooks fielded it. Did he call a fair catch?
Called a fair catch originally. Okay. Ball bounced, picked it up, and ran a little bit. On Sundays, that's a penalty.
I thought so, yeah.
Not in Colorado high school football. They'll just spot the ball and get moving. As we tone down the first quarter here, we'll have one more snap before we switch sides. I'm creaky.
You all right?
Sorry, that was an old man groan.
That's Matt standing up.
This is me breathing.
Later, you'll hear him sitting down. It's the same sound. A little under 5 seconds to go.
Another pistol formation for Grandview, 3 wide.
Summers gets the snap, pitches it back. Brooks didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of running around for about a 1-yard loss there.
Number 3, Tyler Dalton, doing a great job of coming up from his safety spot that makes the ThunderRidge defense move. And and makes all the calls in the back end, doing a great job of ferocious run support. And that's one thing that he's been good at throughout the entire season, regardless of any defensive struggles.
ThunderRidge doing a pretty good job on defense. They just have to get their offense cranked up. That's the end of the first quarter. The score is 7-0, Grandview over ThunderRidge. I'm Rick Lewis, and my partner Matt McChesney. Matt played 6 years in the NFL. I played 0. And you can follow us on Twitter. I'm one Rick Lewis.
I love it.
And Matt is 6-0 strength.
You got to spell that out, SIXZERO strength. And look, we're the best follows that you can follow. Follow us for our pregame show for the Denver Broncos.
On the Fox.
The best Broncos pregame show in the state of Colorado. I'd say hands down in the country, but you know, that's a little bit of ego. But look, when you're right, it's not cockiness, it's confidence.
And Matt is also on with me on the morning show on the Fox. Every Friday at 6:40 we do a Bronco report.
I had a good time with that this morning.
Yeah,
actually.
It's good, man. It's good stuff. Real good stuff. I did notice you cheated on me with another radio station later in the morning.
Never happen again.
We'll talk about that later.
I feel dirty, and I don't like the way I felt.
Yeah, you should.
Cheated on the establishment. Can't happen. Can't happen, Matt.
Second down and 10 here for the Wolves.
Grandview trying some misdirection of their own on the last play. ThunderRidge doing a great job of tracking it down. Sooner or later, both offensive coordinators got to see how much both defenses are sneaking towards the line of scrimmage and go play action over the top.
Cody Summers keeps it himself, almost fumbled the ball and brought down right there. ThunderRidge with another nice stop. Evan Mayers, big defensive tackle.
ThunderRidge doing a very good job playing sound up front. The first 2 games for ThunderRidge this season were rough. They had 2 battles that they got beat up in against Cherokee Trail and Rawson Valley. Got off the schneid last week and putting 40 on Douglas County and getting a victory. And tonight you can tell they look like a different team. They're playing with confidence, and they know that if they give their offense a chance defensively, they're going to be in this game in the fourth quarter. See the safety rotation here as number 3 Dalton walks out to the slot receiver.
3rd and 11. Summers wants to throw the ball under pressure, still looking, and does get off the pass, incomplete. Would have been close to a first down if he could have completed that. So the Grizzlies defense holds, and now the offense has to get things going here a little bit. Been a tough night so far for the ThunderRidge offense. They haven't been able to generate much offense at all.
This is a perfect time for the special teams to come up with a huge play. The same way Grandview's score was set up with a good punt return. Now ThunderRidge is literally in the same position on the field. If they can get a good return here and set their offense up with close field position, that will be a key to getting on the board.
Kiefer Glau with the snap and the punt. It's a low punt. Takes a good roll there. And it's going to be down to about the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. So decent field position for ThunderRidge to get things started here in the second quarter. 11 minutes, 1 second to go here in the half. And Grizzlies could get something on the board here. We got ourselves a good football game.
We'll see what ThunderRidge does here to start this series. Last couple of series, they've started the plays with a lot of sideline to sideline action. In my opinion, and you know it is an opinion, so you can prove me wrong, you run right at an odd front with 3 men down like this. Ooh.
Tailback with the carry. That's Kevin Knox. Took a couple of big shots on that carry, and he's still down.
Very, very physical football by Grandview. You see Cameron Knight up in run support. You see number 53, Nick Meyer, the senior defensive lineman up there, crushing the tailback at the point of attack. ThunderRidge is getting 0 push from their offensive line right now. If they want to compete in this game, they're going to have to pick it up front.
Zeke Johnson comes back in at running back.
He had a huge game last week, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns. I know that the head coach, Joe Johnson, his father, had to be proud.
2nd and 10. Johnson with the carry. That's going nowhere. He loses a yard on the play. It's like 4 Grandview Wolves in there on that stop. And like as you said, Matt, the offensive line has no push.
And they're not getting any push whatsoever. Grandview is doing a great job of what we call run blitzing. So they'll show you a defensive look that looks like they're in an odd front and they're going to cover. So Thunder Ridge is trying to run the ball at that front, and Grandview is filling the voids up front and building a wall. And when you have 3 down linemen in an odd front, you want to build a wall and force them to run sideline to sideline. That's why Thunder Ridge cannot run the football.
3rd and 10, Eve under pressure, throws incomplete. Right there at the 42-yard line, he was trying to hit Matt Stanley coming out of the backfield. And
that's a play you have to have. I know he's under pressure. He put the ball right on his hands. If you're Thunder Ridge, you have to have that play. Number 49, Matt Stanley, who's also the Mike linebacker for Thunder Ridge, needs to make that catch, although it was difficult. Nice pressure there again by number 53, Nick Meyer, the senior defensive lineman for Grandview, getting in the face and hitting the quarterback on a pressure.
Thunder Ridge gets off the punt. It's going to be fielded at the 32-yard line up to the 40. Slips and goes down there at the 42-yard line.
Sniper.
It was Brooks, Brandon Brooks, with a 10-yard return.
Definitely don't want to get sniped by the turf. So get some cleats at work.
We used to see that a lot with Eric Decker when he was here with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, pull the Decker.
Yep.
Now, there's 2 ways of pulling a Decker. The first way is his wife and the paychecks, and the second way is just falling over. So I guess you could consider him winning.
I would say so. He's definitely winning. Obinnah, big haul up the middle, runs over 2 guys, still running free at the 40, down to the 25. He's going to take it all the way in for a touchdown.
And that, folks, is why he's the Colorado Hammer. Number 7, Obanah, with an excessive celebration penalty, I think. But look, it's homecoming. Who cares? Back it up, kick the field goal. That was one hell of a run. Not only did he finish it with a touchdown, but he ran over a very, very good player in number 10, Clay Johnson, who's an all-Colorado defensive safety and rover. So you know that number 7 is raring to go. A good 55-yard touchdown there.
Yeah, he ran right over number 42, Alex Bazugli.
Wow.
He was the first guy he ran over. We got a penalty flag down for celebration. But, wow, what an impressive run.
I hate celebration penalties. Can't celebrate, can't have fun.
See Devin Hester last night in the NFL game. Yeah,
he's breaking a touchdown record that Deion Sanders has held, and
yeah, that
can't
was
celebrate.
Yeah,
no
you can't have fun in high school.
Allowed,
no, don't have fun in high school.
Smile, Phil. This is a serious environment. No, these kids are having fun, man. And look, you only get one time to homecoming your senior year to go live it up with your boys. And I'm a huge proprietor of, if you don't like it, stop us. If you don't want us to dance, maybe you should tackle it. That's my opinion, but I also am a little bit of a jerk, so.
Excuse me. All right, Piran in for the extra point.
Yes, they're going to back him up on the kickoff, which should give Thunder Ridge an opportunity to field it and see if they can get some good field position.
Blocked.
Nice job by Thunder Ridge playing out the series and playing hard. Now, with that personal foul that they got for excessive celebration, Grandview we're talking about, Thunder Ridge is going to get a chance to field this kickoff. So maybe, just maybe, there should be some trickeration here by old Joe Johnson.
I'd like to see Thunder Ridge get on the scoreboard here and make this game interesting. They're down 13-0. Their defense has played relatively well up to this point. Offense has done literally nothing in the game.
And it's hard when you're on the field all the time, and that's one of the things Grandview does so well. And their 7 victories in 2013, Rick, they control the time of possession from a huge standpoint, almost a 15 to 20 minute per game differential. In the 5 games that they lost to Thunder Ridge, that was flipped, and they didn't hold the ball, and they had turnovers and bad penalties. We've seen the penalties, although they've calmed that down. Thunder Ridge has got to get some first downs, or the defense is going to be on the field all night long.
Yep, 9:19 to go in the half. The Wolves up by 13 after that blocked extra point.
Very, very good crowd here this evening.
A beautiful night.
Legacy Stadium, great venue.
Wow, what a nice venue, what a nice night.
Packed house, I like it.
Piran's kick fielded at about the 7-yard line.
Here comes your run back.
Nice return right there up to the 32.
Wow. And there's one thing that I have noticed here, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. It's very aware who the hammer is and who the nail is in this game. Right now, Grandview is the hammer.
Yep.
Thunder Ridge is the nail. That needs to be flipped if they want to stay in this ball game.
Let's see if the Grizzlies can get something going here. They come into this football game 1-2 on the season. They won last week. And Grandview 3-0. Grandview, last time I checked, was ranked number 2 in the state, right behind Valor. Valor got their butts kicked last week. I was at that game.
Yeah, Valor did not look very good against Chandler.
And they kept their number 1 ranking too, which is also interesting to me.
As they should. Until somebody in Colorado beats them, they deserve the number 1 ranking. But again, this sets up, if you look at the schedule for Grandview here, they beat Chaparral to start the year. They beat Gateway. They beat Arapahoe. They have ThunderRidge tonight. And after this, they have at Eagle Crest, at Cherokee Trail, at Cherry Creek, 3 road games in a row, Overland here, and then Valor Christian here. So they have a very tall order to finish the season if you're the Grandview Wolves. But again, that's Coach Schultz was up here in the press box earlier this evening and said, look, we haven't really played the competition to really gauge our football team. So tonight's a good barometer, and then everything else that they do is also that.
Eve throwing to Johnson, 35, the 40-yard line, tries to fight for that first down. He does, breaking and spitting out of a couple tackles, crossing midfield, so a nice first down pickup.
Wonderful effort by number 30 Johnson there, and a good, nice pass into the flat to move the sticks. Now the ThunderRidge defense can take a breath and know that the offense is rolling.
They needed that. Crossing into Grandview territory. They did that once earlier in the half after a turnover, and then turned the ball right back over on the very first play after that. They could not take advantage of it. 8:10 to go in the half, and first down. Eve throwing, completes. Hammer down the ball on the ground again.
Oh,
Grandview picks it up. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks, but if I could jump still, I'd be jumping through the ceiling in here. That's why I love high school football, because you never know what's going to happen. And number 13, the Grizzly Killer, he's going to have a pelt on his wall when he gets home. Cameron Knight just laid the hammer. That was a hell of a hit.
And I tell you what, this kid, Kevin Knox, number 31, that's the second huge hit he's taken in this half.
I'll tell you what.
That's too bad, because that would have been a nice gain for ThunderRidge. They turn it over again, something they cannot afford to do in this football game.
And look, when Grandview has a plus turnover ratio, they never, ever lose football games. Now ThunderRidge is down 2-1 in that regard. Grandview has the ball on the plus side of 50.
Summers hands it off.
Downhill.
Obinnah with a stiff arm. Running wide up in the open, 25-20, 15-10. Another stiff arm down there.
Wow.
As he crosses over the 10.
Unbelievable power and strength by this young man. The offensive line doing a great job of dominating the double team at the point of attack. You see the big guard getting out and kicking out the defensive end, and he's off to the races. It's split like the Red Sea right there. And Obinnah, number 7, he doesn't even need daylight, but when you give it to him, he'll take it. That was a man's run right there for big number 7. 2
vicious stiff arms on that run.
He's a physical dude, man.
He is. He
looks for contact.
Impressive running back. First and goal from the 7. They give it to him again, and this time he stopped as soon as he got the football.
Great job by number 74, Chase Harvey. Big defensive lineman there for ThunderRidge, getting in the backfield and causing some havoc, and that's what ThunderRidge has to do. They have got to attack the interior of the Grandview offensive line and get penetration. That's how you kill aggressive run games like the Wolves have.
Obanah still in the game, the tailback. Summers under center. He's very, very dangerous. He's going to hand it to the big guy. Obinnah dragging a tackler down to the 1-yard line.
Right now, Obinnah needs to be charging tickets for admission on the ride, because he has absolutely taken ThunderRidge defenders to the amusement park.
Not even fair, really. Alex Bazugli from ThunderRidge weighs 160 pounds. Obinnah weighs
a good 300,
60 pounds more than he does, and he did take him for a ride.
And most times when your elite running back exits the game, which Obinnah just did due to fatigue, you get a break. But now they put in Lightning, number 2, Quarles, who averages 7 yards a carry and is also a threat out of the backfield. So there is no break here. The train keeps rolling if you're Grandview.
Yeah, I said the 1-yard line. They're actually on the 6. And we have a timeout on the field for Grandview. So it's 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. And yeah, impressive running back. We've seen some good running backs this year on the games we've done here on Stream It Sports. Some real talent.
This is just the beginning, Rick. The season as it wears on here on Stream It Sports, we got some great matchups for you. You can go to streamitsports.com and see the entire schedule. And then we'll also be bringing you some playoff games and hopefully the state title game. We're going to make that happen, even if I got to go and
have a talk with somebody.
Have a talk. We can go have a talk, a sit down, as they say. Just say, walk in and go, look, we're doing the state title game. And they'll go, okay, Matt. And I'll say, hey, thank you.
I'll be behind you. I'll be right behind you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's all. You just stay behind me. We're good. I'll take the first. I'll take the first lump for everybody.
All right, 3rd and goal from the 6. Obinnah back in the game after a one-play rest. We'll see what they call here.
They like to move the pocket, so don't be stunned if they do.
Man in motion.
There
Summers, play action, throws, wide open, end zone, touchdown. Made it look too easy. Jalen Bishop,
who is a 6'3", 170-pound receiver who can run. It's almost unfair to see the kind of talent that Grandview has on the field. And look, we set it up here pre-snap. Grandview loves to move the pocket. That being said, you need the defensive ends to stay square, rally, and pressure the quarterback in his face. If you're going to allow Summers to cut the field in half and have an easy read, he's going to pick you apart all day like we just saw. About to be 20-0 Grandview.
They're going to go for the 2-pointer here.
It's a very Chip Kelly move.
They missed that extra point kick earlier, so they'll see if they can make it up here. Summers, reverse play. Nobody there. He walks into the end zone. Brandon Brooks picks up the 2-pointer, make it 21-0 Grandview over Thunder Ridge.
And look, this is where the Thunder Ridge leaders have to really dig down deep and make sure that they don't fall back into this lapse that they had the first 2 games of the season. I'm not saying that they're going to quit. There's no way a Joe Johnson-led football team would ever quit, but the first 2 games of the season against Ralston Valley and Cherokee Trail, they were down big and they struggled to find offense, and it got ugly. The game is not unattainable. It's 21-0, but trust me, in Colorado high school football, that is not an unreachable goal. So you got to keep playing hard. Well, the only thing you can do is take one snap at a time, and everybody needs to do their job and out-execute the effort that Grandview is playing with right now.
You can read about the top 40 seniors in Colorado from Colorado's football magazine. Call 303-688-9412 to get your copy.
You can also come to 6-0 Strength down in Centennial. We've got a boatload of them.
And the kickoff goes into the end zone from Piran, and the Grizzlies will get another chance here to see if they can get a score on the board.
What do you want to see out of Thunder Ridge here, Rick?
Well, you know, that last drive, they finally did some good things, and then they turned the ball over. They picked up a nice first down, and they were going to get another one, except Knox fumbled the ball after taking a big hit.
Now, I'm not trying to be funny here, but I would check Knox for a concussion, to be honest with you.
He's taken 2 really big hits.
He got absolutely smoked twice, and he dropped the ball both times, so I've got to think that he might have a little bit of a headache.
Zeke Johnson.
Again, nothing at the point of attack.
Nothing, no.
The Thunder Ridge offensive line is standing around while the defense for Grandview is absolutely assaulting the running back, Zeke Johnson. Look, I'm not saying that you need to do anything illegal, but everybody needs somebody nasty on their football team. So who's that going to be for Thunder Ridge? Who's going to be the nasty guy that sets the tone? Because we know that Grandview has about 11 nasty guys on their defensive side of the ball. Those guys are out there headhunting tonight. They are not afraid to out there rack some teeth.
Under 6 minutes here in the half. T-Ridge probably going to have to put the ball up, throw it around a little bit here. Zeke Johnson picks up about 5 on that carry. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 yards. Thunder Ridge doesn't like to throw the football, but they're getting down now 21-0. They're not going to be able to stick with the running game for too much longer, I don't think. I mean, it's still early. But.
Well, look, as somebody that's evaluated a ton of talent in this state from the high school perspective and done countless games from a color commentary point of view, they lost so much last year. Mark Hopper to the School of Mines, Sam Jones to Arizona State, Brody Westmoreland is now the shortstop, starting shortstop at San Diego State, their quarterback and great player. Brandon Chase at CSU Pueblo, who was their center. They lost so many guys from a senior leadership perspective. You could go out and run the ball and the very conservative offense that they have because they could just beat people up at the point of attack. Now they still have size, they still have guys that can play, but I don't see the nasty guy on the team that's going to set the tone when they're down by 21.
They do have a big tackle, Sean Russo.
Very big player, yes.
6'7", 270 pounds.
Only a junior.
Watching this first half, though, it just looks like Thunder Ridge is not going to be able to run the football. You don't have to abandon it this early, but you're down 21-0 now. You're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
You need to be careful at this end of the field as well. You don't want to throw it up just to throw it and give Grandview the ball back on the plus side of the 50.
And they hand it off to Johnson, who gets spun down for a loss. So they're going to punt again. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the half, and Grandview will get another chance to put some points on the board.
That's the third play out of the last 5 that number 53, Nick Meyer, has made, the defensive end for Grandview. He is whipping the tackles for Thunder Ridge right now, doing a great job playing with his hands, doing his job, and holding contain. Thunder Ridge's defense is playing valiantly, but again, when you're on the field the entire game, it's very, very hard to keep the other team from scoring.
High punt going to be fielded at the 50-yard line. Brooks showing some speed up to the 40, the 35. Reverses his field and spun down there at the 34-yard line. Great field position again.
Good play by number 10, Clay Johnson, getting down there on special teams, making a tackle. Still playing hard for Thunder Ridge. It's one thing, we said it, Coach Joe Johnson is not going to allow his team not to play hard. Expect them to keep playing with a lot of fire, even though they are down 21. And you see the fact that they can't get a first down on offense, it sets their defense up in such tough field position. Grandview is dominating the field position game in this affair this evening.
Summers throwing with a 3-touchdown lead down there in the end zone, overthrows his man Brooks. Some scores from last night. Monarch beat Mountain Range 35-21. Ralston Valley beat Columbine 38-14. Ralston Valley looks like they have a good team.
Andrew Weingard, their athlete running back, is an absolute stud.
Bear Creek 42-39 over Chatfield's. Chatfield's surprising me this year. They've got such a great offense, but it appears as if their defense is the problem.
Kyle Winkler is a great player at quarterback for them. You would expect them to have a better defense with a guy like Matt Gator on their defensive line.
Yeah, so the Chatfield Chargers 2-2 on the season. A lot of injuries so far here early for Chatfield. Timeout on the field. And can you survive the dungeon? With my partner Matt McChesney, take the dungeon challenge. You want to be one of the select few. You can email I can handle the dungeon to Matt at 60strength.com for more information.
Come join the dungeon family. We are deep over there and we are getting better each and every day. Don't be afraid to come push yourself. You never know what you are until you get to the edge.
4:02 to go in the half.
Trips to the top of the screen with big number 43 Morgan Smith, H-back tight end for Grandview.
Handoff, Quarles, and tackle down there at about the 30-yard line.
Number 12, Alex Henderson, the senior corner for Thunder Ridge, coming up in force support, making a nice tackle around the ankles.
About a 4-yard pickup. Clock running.
Right now, Grandview is no hurry. They're in their 4-minute offense. They're in 3rd and 6. Want to convert this, try and chew as much clock as possible, and try and get another score before the half.
3rd and 6. Summers hands off to the big guy. Obinnah wants to get around that corner, runs out of an arm tackle, finally brought down there for a loss of a couple yards. So 4th and long. I would imagine Grandview probably goes for it here. They really got nothing to lose. Thunder Ridge has shown hardly any offense at all in the game.
Good job by the safety, number 6, Vice Dole there for Thunder Ridge. coming up and making a play. Looking at a 4th and 8 here. That's the first time we've seen Obinnah taken down in the backfield this evening.
He did break one tackle, but then he was still tackled for a 2-yard loss. So 4th and 8.
Going for a complete lack of respect here.
Summers play actions, got pressure on him, gets the ball off, and it is incomplete. So here we go, Thunder Ridge with 2:34 to go in the half. Let's see the Grizzlies put something on the board here.
And that hopefully sparks the offense. Great job by the defense pressuring on 4th down, forcing the ball out before Summers wanted to get it out. Now the offense has got to see the defense have success. They're pumped up coming off the field. Channel that energy back onto the field, drive down 2:34 left, get some points here, and make it competitive going into the half so you have something at halftime to talk about from a productive manner, a constructive manner in the locker room.
High school athletes looking to play in college need a recruitment video. Don't settle for your team's game film. Stream It Sports can provide that film for you. Eve with the pitch back to Zeke Johnson. Zeke Johnson picks up just a couple yards on that. They have to hurry this up here.
Again, trying to go lateral on a team like Grandview with this kind of speed on defense is tricky. Thunder Ridge keeps trying to go sideline to sideline. In my opinion, going end zone to end zone might be a little bit better, but again, the offensive line is getting beat up a little bit here in the first half.
2nd and 7 from their own 35.
Grandview late to the ball.
Eve hands it off. There's Knox again, so he is still in the game, number 31. Kevin Knox taking a couple of hard knocks so far in this first half.
Hopefully he's wearing a mouthpiece.
Isn't that required in high school?
Got me, bro.
I believe it is, yeah.
I never wore a mouthpiece.
Even in high school?
What?
Even in high school?
No, I never wore a mouthpiece. It inhibited my ability to talk junk.
Your fake teeth look really good.
Yeah, I do actually have fake teeth.
Yeah, I know. And they look good.
I know they do. You never know unless
you would never know.
Unless you tell everyone, of course, and then now everybody knows.
Knox with another big hit put on Knox, and this time he runs through it, to his credit. Big hit put on him there by Garrett Goulding, and Knox ran through that tackle.
Grandview just looks like an angry, aggravated football team. You know,
hard-hitting team.
Last year in the playoffs when they played Regis, they played angry and aggravated. And you can tell that they have a lot of disdain for Thunder Ridge and the way that those two games went last year. Don't be surprised if they try and put up 40 on them this evening.
So they get the first down there on that carry by Knox. Keep this drive going. Zeke Johnson brought down. We're about 1:15 to go here in the half.
One of the unquestioned leaders for Grandview coming up and making that play right there, number 5, Kiefer Glau. That kid is a stud and has been playing a lot of football here for Grandview for a long time. One of the rovers that is one of the catalysts for their blitz packages, which are very advanced. Here they come again.
Eve wants to throw, gets the ball away. It's
there
caught
it is.
Down there at the 39-yard line. Nice completion by Eve under pressure. Cole Ogrednick.
Ogrednick having a great night, actually, for Thunder Ridge. He's been the only player in the pass game that's done anything up to this point. But look, Grandview brings the house. One-on-one matchups down the field. They connect, and now they're moving the sticks. We got 44 seconds here, 49 seconds. See if Thunder Ridge can get some points here.
Good to see Thunder Ridge get something going here on offense. Eve wants to throw again, under pressure, out in the flat, and that's incomplete.
Even if you're going to take a shot, you got to step into the ball. You got to step into the shot and deliver the football to your tailback. He had a lot of room to run there if he can get it out there to him. You're going to get hit anyway. Complete the pass.
Stops the clock at 38 seconds in the half. They're on the Grandview 39-yard line.
And right now, time is more important than yardage necessarily. You don't want to run down to the 10-yard line with no time left on the clock. You want to try and get out of bounds if you have the ball near the sideline.
Eve steps back into the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson over that left side, short gain. Maybe a yard. So we got a timeout on the field now, 29 seconds to go.
Looked like an extended draw play there, timeout by Thunder Ridge.
So 3rd down and about 11. And they're running out of time here. Going to have to put the ball up.
29 seconds left here in a pretty competitive first half. Grandview has definitely been the hammer out here in this ball game. ThunderRidge playing admirably on defense, but again, they've been on the field an awful long time. Grandview has something working right now, though, Rick.
It's good to see him get some offense going here. Maybe that'll carry over into that second half. It'd be nice to
ThunderRidge, excuse me.
It'd be nice to see him get a touchdown on the board here.
Absolutely.
With 29 seconds to go in the half.
Just get something to build confidence going into halftime, so everybody isn't dejected in the locker room. You have something to build on. You can rally your team around the fact that, you know, it's homecoming, and you can come out here and spoil their homecoming in the second half.
3rd and 11 from the 40. At the 39-yard line, actually. Eve under pressure, big pressure, and he's sacked. He's brought down there, number 32. That's Garrett Goulding on the sack.
And we've been calling Goulding's number all night long. He's been all over the field. And that's why Grandview has now 18.5 sacks on the season, because they come from everywhere. They love to bait and go, and it's very confusing for less sophisticated offensive line schemes. They have the players to pick it up. The scheme is not beneficial to picking up complex blitzes like Grandview runs, and ThunderRidge is not the only team that has this problem. There are a ton of teams that struggle to pick up Grandview's blitz packages. That's why Coach Schultz has so much success with them.
So they're back in midfield now. 4th down, 15 seconds to go.
Turning off the lights in here.
Going for the mood lighting.
Nice and comfy, huh? All we need is a fire and some popcorn. Trying to mood light us.
All right, here we go, 4th down. Big play here for the Grizzlies. Eve steps into the pocket, throws into the flat, complete, down to the 45, the 40.
Want to get out of bounds.
Big hit down there. He didn't get out of bounds, and he didn't get the first down. So that's going to turn the ball over. He hit big Matt Stanley. Grandview will take over here with just 8 seconds left in the half. They have a 21-0 lead.
Hopefully Grandview comes out in victory and takes a knee and takes this bad boy into the half.
From the 38.
Unless they feel like airing it out.
Yep, why not?
I mean, it is homecoming. They got to dance and everything.
Now they're going to take a knee.
As they should. Very classy.
Okay. All right, so they take a knee here as we end the first half. It's been all Grandview so far in this first half, and it's been all their quarterback, Cody Summers, with a touchdown run and also a touchdown pass in that first half. Maybe the player of the game, possibly.
I don't know.
Obanah, you like Obanah?
The Colorado Hammer is real high on my list right now.
All right, that concludes the first half here on Stream It Sports. We're going to take a break, and we will be back in a few with the second half.